How many of you do some sports? Some? Oh, wow, look at this. How many of you feel it would be good if I do a little bit more? Okay, then this is well invested time because we have some incredibly inspiring sports stars with us. And indeed, Sanjay, sports has become a big business, no doubt. In the same time, sports is so beautiful, right? It makes us enjoy life, our bodies, and it is healthy. So I want to start with you, Inge. I come from Switzerland, and that's a country which produced one Roger Federer in 700 years. He comes from Norway, and Norway has produced more than 400 gold medals in whatever 100 years. So, Inge, what's the secret of success? What are we doing wrong in Switzerland?
I don't think you are doing anything wrong in Switzerland. I don't think you are doing anything wrong in Switzerland because I have also been there.
That's right.
I was also national coach in Switzerland for some years. If you want to be the best in the world, then you have to train best in the world. That is not only in sport, that is in every business in life. That is, someone believes that is a secret. It can be difficult, but it is also easy. But of course, also, to be best in the world, you need the best people around you. You need the best competence, the best knowledge, and also individual sport is also team sports. And I think many coaches and leaders forget that you have to work together if you want to be the best.
Now, there's so many facets to ethics. One aspect could maybe be that we do the right thing even if nobody watches. I think in soccer it has become a fashion that it's okay to cheat even if everybody is watching. Right? Winning is the bottom line. And then, Inge, you come from a nation which has built sports in all the curriculums. I think 50% of the kids in Norway are actually part of a sports club. Erik Solheim will confirm that. Actually, I remember when I met Erik for the first time, I had to wait. Erik Solheim has been a minister in Norway. I had to wait for him with Ewald. And the secretary told me, Erik is coming very soon. He's just having a soccer match with his other peer ministers. So that's the culture of Norway. How are you in this country able to instill these values like integrity in the youth?
I think in Norway we have something that are quite unique. We have the children's right in sport. In Norway we are only 5.3 million people, but we are a superpower nation. We are also know, as we are a winter sport nation in principle, but the last years in football, in track and field, in triathlon, in beach volleyball, we have the world's best athletes. And I think the most important is that all of those are coming from the same organization, a voluntary-based organization where more or less half of the population in Norway is a member in the Norwegian Olympic Committee and Confederation of Sport. And it should be a place for everyone. When a country like Norway are competing against USA, China, Australia, Germany, France, with the population they have, then we can't lose any children on the way to the top. We need all the runners, all the skiers, all the football players that are coming into our organization. We can't lose them. And then we have to treat the children and the young people in a holistic way. So I think that is, and this has been a tradition in Norway for a long, long time. This right for children in sport was developed in the 1980s. And still, we are the only country in the world that have this children's rights in sport. And we were also the first nation in the world that totally integrated the Paralympic athletes in our organization. They are a part, they are totally... So our Paralympic athletes, they are a part of the totally sports system in Norway, in the clubs, from the clubs and up to the elite top sports center.
That's very impressive. Thanks, Inge. And I don't know how it was for you. For me, it was really great to have Gurudev with us. And it was such a relief for me to hear him speaking, because suddenly, for the first time, I understood why I did not become a great soccer player. Because he said, you need a great coach, and if you have that, you can even make a god out of a donkey. And I've then realized if Christoph Daum would have been my coach, I could have kicked it like Beckham. And Christoph, I mean, we are in the United States of America. In Germany, Christoph is a real hero. He has won multiple championships with his clubs. There was a time we all believe that if Christoph says, now we will walk over water, we can actually do it. He has been named as a...
If it is frozen.
He had been named as national coach in Germany for a short period of time, which in Germany really is a position as important as the chancellor when it comes to media attention. And he has also had major setbacks, right? The media has been after you, you had fallen, but you always stood up. What, Christoph, would you say was your biggest triumph? And what was your most important defeat, maybe?
First of all, thank you very much for this invitation. And I can only say, you have to stand one time more up than you fall down. If you are in sports, then to lose, to have a defeat is normal. Yeah, it's you will not win always. And what does the defeat tells you? What can you learn out of it? What is the story to become better? And that is always what I ask myself, and not that I was blaming somebody else for the result, that it was a referee or it was the weather or whatever, the temperature. We know a lot of excuses, but this was never valid for me. I was always looking at myself, how I can become better. I took the responsibility for the result first, and then I spoke with the team. What does this result tells us? Yes, and I listened to the players, what they took out of it. But okay, we started this feedback, because I say feedback is a breakfast for the champions. You must give feedback. It starts after 24 hours. The first 24 hours, give everybody the time to feel the pain. Yeah, it's very important to have this feeling of the pain, to go through these difficulties, because that makes you stronger. Yeah, and that I did always with my teams, and okay, then working on solutions, but not only on solutions that are coming out of my mind, my mouth, listening to the others. Involve them and listen to them, because quite often we are speaking about we have to speak the language of our players. We have to speak the language of the society or whatever. But then think about it. First, you have to listen.
Amen.
Yeah, how can you speak the language of your employees, of your players, if you don't listen? If I first speak, mostly my players will follow me. But not because they are convinced, maybe because they think, okay, I don't want to say something wrong. They will just may say what they think, what I want to hear. So I don't speak first. First I listen. And then out of all these answers, we create a better team, a better teamwork, a better team spirit. And that's it, what even I learned here from Art of Living to listen, or how important, what I learned here is how important is meditation and breathing for recovery.
Yes.
Unbelievable. I didn't know it before. 50 years ago when we came together, okay, we know a little bit about sauna and warm water and some things, but meditation in professional football was forbidden. Oh, that was for the soft boys.
Yep.
Yeah, that was,
Yep.
but not for the professionals. But then step by step, we influenced the people. Nowadays, we're having in every professional team a mental coach. We have coaches who really know how to handle yoga or to relaxation things. Even that's our next step, to bring in all the breathing techniques, which are very helpful. So, coming back to the question, it's very important that you, as a leader, are listening to your players and to experts, because I'm not, I do not know everything. I'm not, okay, I'm the leader. I'm giving an example, but sometimes the best example is to shut up and to listen.
Yes, yes. Woo!
Feedback as a breakfast for leaders. I think that's so powerful, and we look forward to your feedback on this conference. Are you enjoying it?
Yes.
I don't hear anything. Are you enjoying the conference?
Woo-hoo!
Now,
Christoph, just a question to you or to everybody here. Please explain me who is a real champion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I give it to Christoph. Yeah,
who is a real champion? You are a real champion.
Okay. A real champion is not a champion because he has won trophies and titles. He's a real champion because of his attitude and behavior. That's it.
Amen. And if I may, you just dropped some knowledge on pain. I want to say this very briefly on pain. So many of us are afraid of our pain. We're afraid to sit with our pain. But let me tell you a truth. Sometimes your pain is attached to your greatest purpose. What bothers you is something that you can do in the world, somebody you can affect, somebody you can touch. Guru Dev talked about I'm waiting to meet my family, right? I'm waiting to meet these people. They need me. They're all my family. And so when you said that about sitting with the pain in a loss for 24 hours, if we will get curious about our pain, if we will get curious about the symptoms, maybe that's anger, maybe it comes out in a different way, and we get curious about it and we figure out what the root of our pain is, we can use that to connect with other human beings.
Thanks a lot, Rachel. And let me dive a little deeper into that. I know that you have done great work to help athletes with their well-being. You have a center for that.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Yeah, so I was a sportscaster for 17 years for all of my queens in the room. I was the first female host, as he mentioned, on Sirius XM for my big girls and little girls. Yes, break some ceilings. Yes, and then about 7 years ago, I noticed a problem in athletics. And it was that people were taking the headlines for negative things. We were not focused on purpose outside of athletics. Listen to me, for my athletes in the room and for my coaches, you were not born to just be an athlete. You were not born just to be a business leader. You were born for more. You were born to leave a legacy. I call people kings, queens, royalty, because I believe that there is greatness inside of you. I believe that you were born to touch people and leave a legacy. And so I created this simple, what I call curriculum. And I just want to say this to anybody who's got an idea in the room. Don't poo-poo your ideas because they're tiny. I called it a curriculum 7 years ago. Truth be told, it was a 2-page Google Doc. Okay, it wasn't a curriculum yet. It was a small idea that turned into something beautiful. And I began to speak to college athletes. It's now spread out to more, to professional athletes as well, into corporations and schools and prisons. But I spoke to them on purpose, passion, platform, my own experience with domestic violence. And now 7 years later, we've expanded that into joy, purpose beyond your job or athletics, good love for yourself and others, mental health. And we visited over 70 colleges in 7 years. Like I mentioned, schools, prisons, corporations, high schools. I'm just so blessed to be able to do that. And I get to teach people what I think is the essence of sports and teamwork, and that is connection, and that is joy. Y'all, if the pandemic taught us anything, it taught us that we need each other. We need each other. Yes, I heard a clap in the back. Yes, we need each other. So in sports and in life, if we can get back to why we started, which is connection with another human being and the joy of competing, the joy of doing your job, the joy of the reason why you started your corporation or your business, that's where the true peace is. That's where the true connection is with another human being and finding that joy. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Rachel,
Yeah.
and I can feel your passion, your joy. Time is not our friend this morning. We want to close soon. I have one closing question for all of you. And actually, I changed it a little bit under the impression of this discussion. There's so much to learn from sports. I think all of us in this room, we had situations where we have fallen down, where life didn't go the way we wanted. And I've always learned from my dad is that that's okay, but we need to get up again.
Yes.
And I would like to ask each and every one of you, what is your recipe? How do you get back on your feet when you fall down?
Because I have learned the most about myself when I've been face down in the mud. I did not learn about myself and the depth of my humanity and the depth of my soul when I was high on the mountaintop and on the sideline on television winning the awards and doing the things. I learned the most about myself when I was face down in the mud. And let me ask you a very important question. Everybody in here, and I see people taking notes all over. Keep taking notes. As a reporter for 17 years, we think we're going to remember something, and then we get a little bit down the road and we forget our joy. We forget the lesson. So I want to ask you this question. It is this. Has your pain, has your trials made you bitter or better? Because there was a time in my life where my trials made me bitter. I was jealous of people, jealous their mom survived cancer, jealous they got this thing. And then now I look at them and I say, I cheer for them, I pray for them, I clap for them, I have joy for them. I teach on something called being a joy starter. A joy starter is somebody who notices joy, spreads joy, and is joy.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Rachel. Inge, I know you have fallen down, you had a severe injury, but in life in general, how do you stand up?
I think the most important is for all of us to think about that the people you meet on the way up, you will also meet them on the way down. And so if you as a leader or as a normal man or woman take care of the people that we are meeting on our way, then we also will have them when we need help. And the social power is greatly underestimated by many managers. So the social power we need to take care of, and we need it in all situations.
Yes.
Thanks a lot, Inge.
Yeah, and of course, you need to then treat people with respect, with dialogue, with sensitivity, and with a smile. And we have seen one of the world's biggest leaders. Therefore, we are all here today with Sri Sri Ravi Shankar and some of the leaders that are living forever. For example, also Nelson Mandela. That is the way they are treating people. We will never forget them, what they have done for the world.
Yeah. Thanks, Inge. Big round of applause. And I want to say that in form of a compliment, Inge, I know you since 10 years. I know you since 10 years, Inge, and that's exactly how you have treated me. with so much respect. Thanks a lot for that. And Christoph, I mean, I'm so happy to meet you here again, and you have such an incredible energy. What people might not anticipate is that you have gone through a severe disease. You don't need to speak about that, but it's just incredible that you have this strength within yourself. How do you gain that in your darkest moments?
Look, if I'm here with all these people, I get such a reload of smiling, that's enough for 1 year. Yes? So, it's always a pleasure, honor to be with you. You always have such a positive image and an impact on me that even if we are speaking by telephone, even it's raining, then suddenly it's sunshine, if we are speaking. Yeah, you have something, and that is valid for the whole organization, for Rashida and all the other people who are here involved. And it makes me happy to be a small part of this group. Yes, but that was not the answer of your question, but I have to tell it. I had when I was a young kid, and we lost a very important, from my point of view, match. I came home, I was crying, and then my grandma was there, and she took me in her arm. And with the love of my grandma, suddenly all these things disappeared. Yes, all this crying stopped. I felt a power of love, and even I have it today when I'm after I lost more finals than I won finals. Yes, only maybe 7 cups and championships I won, but I have become 12 times second. Yeah, but that belongs to my business and to sports. And what my grandma did for me, that is now my family, my wife, my kids. They are telling me, look, to lose and failure, that's something which belongs to life. Don't take it too serious. Okay, it sounds simple. If you are losing a final, it's hard to go through it. We discussed it before. But I have learned out of it, and that I'm here is maybe also because I learned a lot of things which are more important than to win a cup or a title.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. Well, Rachel, Inge, Christoph, thanks a lot. I think this was truly inspiring. Are we all ready to take up sports right away tomorrow?
Yeah.
Let's give them a big round of applause.
Thank you.